Good morning everybody. This is Martin Wong coming you live from Trading Idea with SMARTRobie again on our SMARTRobie channel. That's right. This is the breakfast show, and this morning definitely we have good headlights on news, definitely not headlights, right? So let's look at what we have for you today, and definitely the KLCI is slightly up due to the better closing that we have on our Dow Jones last night. So let's look at what we are doing this morning. That's right, and here we go. So this morning, definitely we are on Friday. We'll be looking at the advanced level and also looking at the premium alert and how are some of our premium alert that did last week, and definitely looking at the chart setup using volume spread analysis. And that will be definitely the news roundup this morning seems to be very positive, I suppose. And this morning we are up just above me here. You could see it's up 3 points, but having said that, let me just refresh this again. Switching to a wider chart, we have a bearish outlook. We have broken the 1600 support level, and you could see right now, right, we have the red pentagon, and it is traveling on a orange trend zone. So that's not very good, isn't it? Right? So that tells you that this market in here will have a bit of disappointment, but then again, some sectors that already move on. All right, so let's see what we have for you. All right, and first of all, a good treat for all of you fans of SMARTRobie. That's right, now we are giving 300 points SMARTRobie credit from April to June for being our top fan. So make sure you post, you share, and you like our Facebook in here, and take a screenshot and send it to us to our WhatsApp, and we are happy to credit 300 credit to your SMARTRobie each month. That's right, 300 credit each month for being a top fan. Of course, terms and condition will apply, and if you get a bonus being the top fans, you will get another extra 1000 credit. So that's a lot for you to use on SMARTRobie going forward in here. Now, having said that, let's move on to our first news of this morning about the momentum of our KLSE corporate earnings. That's right. Now, this news, which was covered by Star, talks about the likelihood a lot of the corporate earnings are coming in here, and because of the COVID vaccine rollout that we are seeing, and we are getting more and more, and the cases are dropping. Hopefully we will see it drop below 1000 in here. There are some buy call that is in here, definitely for the property sectors in here. We talk about property on Wednesday. GDP are moving positive. So one of the things that if you look from this is again from the CEO Edge, the positive cash flow that they was experienced over the from comparing to 2019 to 2020, we have seen many of these companies improve their corporate earnings as well as also cash. Now, cash is very important in here. That is the lifeline of all businesses. So if you are able to do that, that seems to be good. But take note of this. Let me just switch to a laser pointer here. This one here is Top Glove, where the cash flow has gone somewhere from 500 million to 6 billion cash flow. That's impressive. As I said before, a lot of the rubber glove do present now as a value stock. Check it out in there. No doubt, last week it did break down due to the US Customs and Border banning the some of the products from Top Glove, and the rubber glove sector has a fallout in that in here. So pretty good for a lot of the top 100 Bursa company continue to show very positive cash flows in here. That's pretty good in a YTL, up to about 3 billions. And look at the percentage in here. Some has gone up like 1000%. Genting has also improved 80%, 44%. QL, some of them are in single digit. All right, let's move on to our next news, which is also from Bank Negara. Now, Bank Negara has lowered the GDP growth by 0.5%, being early on, being very optimistic. So now they are playing back on this part here. So they're saying that, look, maybe we're not going to grow as fast as we did, maybe just around 6 to 7.5% GDP compared to earlier on. But having said that, that is still positive. There's still a lot of tailwind, if meaning if we have crude oil prices continue to rise, and yesterday we did have, due to the positive news reacting to the new COVID after Pfizer being around for the last 6 months. So that seems to be good. So budget 2021 will be creating a lot of stimulus in here. So moving forward, Bank Negara are being conservative by lowering the GDP by 0.5. All right, next news we're going to talk about is the next dagang net, and this is very, very timely as we are seeing the chip shortage all over the world due to the reopening of the economy. More and more people buying cars, buying iPad, buying laptops, buying phone. So there is a chip shortage in here, and dagang net happened to be at the right place at the right time in here. Buying up Cetera, used to be known as the wafer technology Sdn Bhd. So this company, again, the only downside of it is dagang net running a chip making company that seems to be very different sets of core competency inside. So hopefully my wishes to be them working together with the Chinese company in here, and they are mainly being a large part shareholder. Let's look at dagang net and the next. Okay, having said that, and switch to a wider chart here. So you can see dagang net in here, the chart's looking okay. Dagang net continued to be in an uptrend, hasn't turned green Pentagon yet, and this morning, based on this news, let's check it out. In here, is it going to be up? Should be up this morning. All right, and oh, it's down minus 1.6% in here. Are they taking profit right now, or yet to be seen? Let's move on to our next news, okay, that we have for you in here. Now the next news is Senso. All right, Senso is one of the software maker in here. They are going into a complete buying of this company ABSS. I think it's one of those who make accounting software system for SME business for 14.1 million in here. And Senso, again, a very nice setup. Let's take a look at Senso. All right, Senso in here. Let's look at the stock chart comment. And you can see Senso right now, it's building up a very nice base. And this is the kind of setup that you want to look at, at 32 cents. It's a penny share. So check out the fundamentals on the tech fundamental, and also look at the top shareholders that we have. This is a new feature in here, and we will be promoting this more and more often, if you can see. So let's look at the stock fundamentals in here. You can see SAS Global, Tan Chen Swan and Mohammad Ibrahim are top 3 shareholders in here. Something to take note of. All right, so let's look at Senso. If those of you who want to trade Senso, then look at the trading plans for so much for that, and also the profit target. So right now on the fundamental, you can see is on top is NA. Hasn't made much of a profit in yet. So will this return back to positive? Will yet to be known. But many of these small cap stocks generally are like that. Okay, software company in here. Okay, let's move on to our next news. Okay, our next news will be on renewable G player, SciPark. They unveiled their largest floating solar plant in Kedah, and it's going to be one of the biggest project that they have in Kelantan side, able to generate a lot of power with low cost in here, about 20 megawatt in here. Now CY Park hasn't been great. Let's looking at the chart wise, right? Continue to sort of moving sideways, but these projects will represent a little bit of prospect. You can see it went up and then came back up, went up to about 150, went back to 125 in here. Very, very choppy, very, very volatile. But let's look at the fundamentals in here. And I do think the fundamentals are not too bad, giving up only a 2 out of 8, right? The ROE is a bit low, all right? So that could be improved going forward with more projects being win for the LSS4. Let's hope they get some projects going forward too. All right, let's move on to the next news. We usually focus on the US market. Now the Dow Jones closed last night 172 points, and because the interest rate, the 10-year yield interest rate has tapered off, and take note, we do have a double top at 1.76% in here, and that seems to be good. And previously I did talk about either to one of the members and said that look, it will hit at 1.76 and form a double top and then coming back. It will try it again, definitely for sure. And once they could not break above the 1.76, right, with the triple top, then you can see the market come down. Then we'll see a lot of rally in the tech sectors. We are seeing that already right now. If you check out many of the stocks like Inari, Penta, Globetronics, Revenue, KGB, they have very, very nice line change. Check it out, all right? Just type it in there. You can see the setup are very, very beautiful over there, all right? So that means the tech stocks will be back, and also you can key in the sector analysis. Then you can see a whole list of sector coming out, and that will be a perfect gift for you, those who want to get into the tech sectors, definitely for sure. All right, check it out there, and let's move on to the agenda that we always talk about, being a trader and train in here. Definitely tomorrow, our trading view for beginner, technical analysis for beginner, we will look at the fixed rule of the Pentagon Guider in here, how we are able to achieve the 106% for year 2020 on the portfolio of 35,000 in here. And right now we are up to 9%. And I'm also going to refresh to you some of this so-called some of this fixed rules. That's right, the fixed rules that I'm going to be sharing you definitely will get you in the right spot in here, how we are able to achieve the last 3 months, January to March, for 9% return on the portfolio of 31,000. So we are just short of $3,000 profits for 31,000 in it. And despite what we see in the market, we have some coming off, some going up here. I think that's fairly achievable, and we hope to hit and beat the KLCI for the year 2021. So right now, every week, as you can see, this Pentagon Guided portfolio that we have with the fixed rule will able to get you up in the right rules and the right stock too. All right, not to forget in here. And also the highlights of our advanced level, which is the one on Friday, some of the trade idea in here. BLSL Corp 20%, Amanda about 9%, and they are short bursts. Okay, they move up very fast. 1, 2, 2 straight, and then it'll hit the target. You can see Tasco, one of the bonus last week that we have given to you, also hit a 14% in here, and Samaiden, a renewable energy, moving up nicely again on the 5% in here. It'll take some time. All right, so let's look at them right now and study them too. So the first, okay, so for our lesson learned, okay, lesson learned for our advanced trade idea, we have 3 in here. Samaiden up 5%, ARBB didn't do much. Tasco is up 14.6% in here from the 26th of March. So the first one we'll look at is Samaiden. Okay, Samaiden. Okay, so Samaiden is where we are. We actually look at it on the 26th, so switching it to hourly chart. Again, I say time and time and again, those of you who want to subscribe to our package, definitely you can go on to our front chart in here, and there is a plan and pricing. You can look at the plan and pricing for our 6 months in here. You can see this is on top the plan to subscribe to this trade-in plugin that you see on the left hand side, so you will have a real time rather than the daily charts that you usually see on the SMARTRobie here. All right, this is the SMARTRobie daily chart that you see. This is the real time. So let's look at Samaiden on the let me just turn on my trade VSA here. All right, you can see the color being turned up. So we were on the 26th. That's right, this was the time around 10 o'clock the market moved up. So you can see all we got to do is just pull this price bar here to here, and that's how we achieve that about 5% in here. No doubt the market did push higher, wonderful, but we have volume. You see, this is the volume. Whenever they hit climatic volume, do take note, you have to be careful in here. So right now the volume seems to be very low. That's good. So we want to have a step up volume. So once the volume step up in here, then this market will push up. All right, then let's look at ARBB. Okay, ARBB, that was on 26, again 10 o'clock, hit up again. You can see this climatic volume. This is what we call the VSI volume. Hit that, and let me turn on the so-called trade VSA. You can see definitely we have an upthrust, and upthrust, the market breakdown, but that's okay. It didn't break the daily ATR stop loss. All right, right now the market seems to be holding up, and I do think this one in here, once it turned the green pentagon, this one will move back. All right, last but not least, let's look at Tasco, one of the better one. Went up 14.6% from the trade idea we talked about on 26th of March here. Okay, let's look at Tasco. And that's a nice one in here. Remember, we were very early. As I said before, we have the NS, no supply. Now, check out the no supply screener, those of you from our plugin package. And some of this we will cover more in depth in our masterclass that has a very high win rates. And you can see right now, evidence shown for you at 14.6% return in here. So you can see 14.6% switching to an hourly chart. When we first talked about it, this was here. And the market continue to go up. I think this is a nice one. We will look back when we come back next Friday and see how high can this go. Can it hit the 30% in here? And you can see the old target here is 135, or use the SMARTRobie, okay, SMARTRobie Tasco here, and we can look at the trade exit strategy. Okay, exit strategy, definitely 172. Okay, 172 and 147 in here. Currently is 147, the old high. Aha, what do you think? Do you think it can go higher or not? All right, so that's something to be good. All right, so let's move on to what trade idea we have for you this week. All right, that's right, this week. Now this week we will be looking at JCY and HighTec. Now these are the stock that pops up in our premium alert in here. Definitely let's look at JCY. First one, JCY. Okay, this on the daily chart, very nicely done. Build a low base, double bottom, remember that. That's why. And also on a green pentagon on the trend, blue trend zone in here. And some of the tech stocks and industrial products are moving back. So JCY is our first trade idea that we have. And the other one, let's bring it down, is HighTec. That's right, it came HighTec. Okay, HighTec here, and that's one we have an uptrust. It has a nice pullback here. Again, always pay attention to pullback. That's something we cannot emphasize more and more. Again, this is one of the best trade, best winning rates, and something that we usually talk about a lot and go into depth with our mentor and with our coach on our masterclass. Definitely this next weekend will be our April intake. Now, if you have not registered for our masterclass at April intake, do register for it, and we welcome you in here. And we still have seats available in here. It's one of those courses that you will not regret it, and many of our masterclass students who have taken it has eventually done pretty well. As I said before, this year 2021 will be a good year. The question is, will you make enough money and yet had the kind of support that most people who only can dream of from our coaches in here? All right, as you can see, been following me here, we have a lot of winners. All right, and some are great, some are small, but overall we are able to make money in here. All right. So these are the schematic that we talk about in here. Just look at what we have. The sign of strength in here just for Kumpulan Tech. You can see this is where the low volume in here. This bar is not finished yet. Once it complete, it will have a high volume, and this is what we are looking at. So we are comparing what we see on the conceptual setup in here versus the HighTec in here. And with time and time again, we keep refreshing it, we keep seeing it, we will end up repeat through a pattern of repeat process. Okay, do take note of that one here. Okay, and pay attention to the volume. And this is the QR code for those of you who want to know more about, if your first time, sign of strength and sign of weakness in here. Definitely that will be something for you to look at. All right, and also this Saturday, that's right, this Saturday we'll be doing our free workshop for our SMARTRobie member and also some of our members. Yeah, make sure you registered here for the technical analysis. We start at 10 o'clock and you should finish just before lunch in here. That's the QR code. Do register in here, and we will limit to the first 500 people over there. Right, this is definitely a free course. If not, you can register from the front here. You can see up above me here. Just hit that one and purchase it, and it's free. Let me just switch to a wider chart. You can see on this side here, it is a free course as part of our service that we do to continue to educate many of our public and make sure you follow the smart money and using the right education, to get the kind of financial goals, financial achievement that you always wanted. All right, so let's move on to what we have for you next. Is our masterclass, which is next weekend. Do take note, some of you who are registered for it, great, we will see you in here. And those of you who have not, this is something that you want to think about in here for our April class intake, 9-10, it's a 5-day course. No, it's a 3-day over 5 days, and we will be talking a lot on the US side, the Malaysian side, and also many more. Do check it out in here. All right, so don't forget to become our top fans in here. All right, Yang, Yuki. So to become our top fans, you get SMARTRobie credit every month, 300, by sharing, comment, and review in our Facebook page in here, and screenshot. You will get your in here. Just these are terms and conditions in here, and if you do make it to be one of our top 3 fans, you will get additional 1,000 credit after the 3rd month in here. All right, so do take note. And so let's like now in here. So for those of you who appreciate in here, this is the QR code. Do go over to the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store to review us on SMARTRobie in here, and usually we'll give stock priorities to our Google and Apple Play Store fans in here to review your chart. So this morning we have Yuki there, and we have Yang. That's right, Yang. I just want to ask Yang, have you given us your review on the Google Play Store? If you are not, go ahead and do that, because I did not see your names in here. So let's do the first one is Yuki. Okay, let's do Yuki is BJ Toto. Okay. Now, I do know BJ Toto is going higher. That's right. It's a nice green pentagon in here. This looks pretty good. You have the upthrust. There's no up. So look at the exit strategy to go in here. All right. That's a good one. Very nicely done. When you see the green pentagon, that's the one you want to be in here. So next one, we have Miss Lee here, Mayfen. All right. We have George Ken, G Ken. All right, G-Can still okay. You have an old resistance in here. That's right. Whenever you see the VSI bar, all right, you can see this VSI bar followed by this turquoise color. Take note of that one. All right, and you can see usually you have a mild pullback in here. Still looks good. Hasn't hit the ATR stop loss in here. Okay, and so let's see. We have any more participants who have yes. There's a comment in here from Lahi. Your Monday, Wednesday, and Friday FB show price are doing better than Green Pentagon portfolios. Looks like it, Sifu. Yeah, that's true. But the Pentagon system is a no-brainer with the fixed rules. That's right. We want to do simple, no-brainer, fixed rule. Thanks, Lahi. He's also one of our member. All right, Nora, we have a win with JCY. I think we reviewed JCY already. Live Fong Kok. Okay, live here. Okay, we'll look at the data prep. Okay, let's look at data prep from one of our member here. Data prep. Data prep not so good. It's gonna go all the way down, I think. You got to test back the 135 in here. Right now, I would like to see more price action to the upside. It's testing on the low side. If it does form a nice, what we call sideways movement, you will see one bar up. That will be a distribution bar, and I think you should exit on that one. All right, and okay, I'm going to look through a few more of the members in here. If you have not, okay, we have Lim here. So Nora, please go to do review us on the Google Play Store in here, and we will give you first preference to the members that you see inside here for our stock review in here. All right, so this is the QR code for that one. So meanwhile, I'm just going to review some of the members or the public who have looked at and reviewed us. And we have here, okay, Turia from Lai Fong Kok. Okay, Turia. Yeah, this is one of the stock pick that we have, but guess what? Green Pentagon has turned to red Pentagon and it's going to move sideways. So it's still going to build a nice base in here. Not much movement until I don't think it's broken the ATR stop loss yet. You can put it in here so you can see this is what we do. You can see, yep, it's not broken in here. You can see the ATR stop loss still there. Or you can just check out using the charts that we have on Turia. right? And so you can see the chart, look at the exit strategy over there, and you'll be pretty fine. So that's all we have. We have Bernard here, Bernard Chin. Yes, Bernard Chin, as I said before, you are a reviewer on our Facebook in here. You get first preference in here. So it's Artronic this morning. Yes, it did comes out on our premium alert. Do take note, this one in here, be careful whenever you get climatic volume, right? They're going to be distribution. This is probably the only way you want to exit. Same thing, you look at VDAT, they all have very same pattern in here. You can see this is why I don't like it. Once you have this, subsequently the next bar will turn. So this could be a bar to exit, but definitely not a bar to get in. All right. So Vernon has another one, IJM. Okay, IJM, no, still moving sideways. Wait for the green pentagon in here. Now, if you know how to read chart, if you have attended our masterclass, and you can see that on a hourly chart in here and the green pentagon, take the trade. All right, but if you have not attended any of our masterclass in here, keep to the main chart. That's why I say it has benefit when you join and understand more of our masterclass material, the setup in here. Nevertheless, with the real-time chart, with the active chart, you will do much better in here and control your risk, something you want to consider about. So that's all I have for you today. Those of you who want us to review your stocks given the first priority, because I have a lot of requests in here, go over to the Google Play Store that you've seen in here and review us, and we will come back to you tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow will be our day, right, for our trading view for beginner in here. And subscribe to our YouTube channel in here so you not to be missed out. And finally, our Telegram chat room, and for all information and notices, so you will not miss any of our free workshop that will put you in the right spot for making better trades and better traders. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye bye.